Hey everybody, welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. Today we're going to be making a butter bean and ham soup, okay? You can see I've been trying to get up ahead of y'all a little bit. I did a couple of cups of carrots and a couple of big old fat onions, sweet onions, and I've been doing celery, and I thought I'd save the last little bit of celery to show you how my chopper goes for newbies that don't know. I don't sell choppers, but when something's good, I tell you all about it, okay? So this is, you can get this on Walmart.com. You can get it, I think, on Amazon. It even has the little measuring thing when you turn it up sideways. This ended up being about 2 cups of chopped celery. I was looking for the name of this. Oh, mercy. Hang on a minute. Well, you'll know by the look, it's that bright green. This one just comes with one little blade, one little chopper here. And like I said, I'm not advertising for these people, but tell you one thing, if I had $1 for every one that I probably sold on there for them, I'd have a lot of money. So, we're going to start out by getting our things ready. And you know, preparing is the #1 thing for what you gotta do. So, we've got our celery, we've got our onions, and we've got our carrots in there. Push that over to the side. Then I've got some ham that's been left over. I just defrosted it out of the freezer. And I'm going to slice this ham up in little pieces. Well, did I open it or shut it? I shut it. Yeah, I did. And I'm just going to slice this up, this ham, just to put a little bit of meat. I like to make this soup without any ham. So if you make it without ham, it will be fine. It will be fine. So I'm just going to chop it up. Just bite size. Bite size. I hope y'all have had a good day. I had another doctor's appointment today. And I'm putting my trust in the Lord that He was going to take care of my knee. And He's going to take care of my back. He knows what I have to get done. So, I just thank the Lord for another appointment over, that I don't have to go back for a few weeks. This 2 or 3 times a week gets to you. But God's been awful good to me. I hope He has answered some prayers for y'all this week, because there's this song. I don't know, the Lord just brought it to my mind. I wasn't planning on saying this, but it says, in His time He will answer. Talking about our prayers. In His time He will heed. It may be today He'll walk through your Bethany. So don't be dismayed, though your patience be tried. Your answer may be delayed, but your prayer's not denied. And that's the way I look at it. Don't you, young'uns? Sometimes we want things Johnny on the spot, don't we? We sure do. Well, I'm going to finish cutting this up because it's going to take a minute. I'm a little slow today. And I'll be right back. Okay, I've got them all chopped. And what I'm going to do is take about, this is basil infused olive oil. It's from Pampered Chef. I'm going to finish up my bottle there. There's about maybe, I'm going to add a little bit more to that. It's probably about 2 tablespoons there. 2 tablespoons. I want about 4 tablespoons, okay? Of olive oil. And this is my new stove. It don't look much different than the one that I had before. Remember, I told you Saturday my stove died. So this one is a double oven. I know a lot of people send me messages behind the scenes and say, hey, Nan, what's the name of your stove? This one is a double oven, and it is by Whirlpool. And this is the third double oven stove that I've had. I can't hardly stand it without having a double oven, because I'm telling you, it's so easy just to open the door and be in this top oven without bending my back as very much. But the big oven is in the bottom, the small oven on the top. So that's all thrown in there. No extra for that, okay? But we're going to throw all of our vegetables in here. This is cleaning out a lot of the things I already had needed to finish up a few things extra in the stuff in the refrigerator. We're going to let this come up to a good simmer, and we're going to saute those for a little while. I normally do this in a stock pot, but you all can't see down in my stock pot. So that's why I'm doing it in one of my big old pans. This is one of the pans from Pampered Chef that y'all helped me get. Remember whenever we had the party, did a party online? I'm getting used to this new fangled stove right here. But okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put about a 1/4 cup of flour into my sauteed vegetables. Sometimes I throw a little garlic in there. The flour, along with the oil that you have in there, makes a little roux, and then it helps to thicken a little bit to give your soup a little thickening in there. Then we're going to pour about 4 cups of chicken. This is reduced sodium chicken broth. Like I said, I would be fixing this in a stock pot, but I know y'all can't see it, you know? Now I'm going to put a little salt. Probably, I'd say 2 or 3 teaspoons. I just turned on the wrong eye. You can tell I'm not used to this. Here we go. I'll get it right. I'll get it on the right eye in a minute. I'm going to put a couple of teaspoons in there. And I'm going to put a little bit of pepper, probably about 1/2 teaspoon. That's all to taste. It's what your flavor, what your mouth palate likes. Then I'm going to add, let's see, 1 14.5 ounce can of fire roasted diced tomatoes. And it's going to have its own juice. It's got a little juice. Leave it in there. Stir that a little bit. And I'm going to add 2 I think these are 15 ounce cans. Let me see. Right there in front of me, and I'm probably not looking at, yeah. It's 16 ounce. Oh, mercy. Instead of going down, I think it went up a little bit. 2 16 ounce cans of drained large butter beans. Okay. Make sure there's nothing in there. Got to get every little bit, don't we? Then we're going to let this simmer for about 15-20 minutes, and it'll be ready to have a little bit of have a little bit of cornbread or some crackers or some toasted French bread that you sliced and done in your oven, that'd be good too. I think I forgot something. Let me double check. Okay, I'm going to put, this is dried basil from my garden. I'm going to put maybe a tablespoon dried basil. And I always put, I kept thinking, well, I forgot something, and I always do. I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of brown sugar. Stir that in really good. See that little, how that roux thickens that into a soup? Gives you a little bit of substance. Then I'm going to put my ham in. There's maybe a cup and a half, 2 cups of chopped ham there. And you know, that will be a hearty soup. A hearty little soup. And I'm going to put it on low if I can figure out how to make this thing work. Oh my goodness, it's got, this eye has about 4 or 5 different rings and on it, and it heats a different way, so I'm going to have to figure that out. So I'm going to put it down and let that simmer. If I can figure out how to bring it up just about medium right there for a little while. And I'm going to put my lid on it and just let it simmer for a few minutes, okay? And we'll be back. One more thing, I'm going to put about 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning in there. I tasted it. It's plenty salty enough. I love the brown sugar in there because it just offsets a little bit of the tomato. It just makes it taste really good. Just gives it a whole different flavor. I wish that I had been able to fix this in a stock pot, but like I said, you all can't see what's going on when I'm doing this in a stock pot, so that's why I did it in my big skillet. So I'm gonna let that about simmer about 5 more minutes, and that'll be 15, and that'll be enough. Okay, I'm not going to get a bowl of it. You'll see the picture with a bowl. But, and I'm using my little thing. I've already been around there wiping off counter and stuff like that with it. I love it. You know, I was just thinking about an apron and what an apron used to mean back to the ladies in the older days. You know, a woman could use it to wipe off her counters, dry her dishes. It kept her clothes from getting wet and dirty when she was washing dishes and she was cooking at the wood cook stove. She could use it also just to fold up, you know, and grab a pot with the edge of it. You know, use it like a pot holder. I was trying to think of what else that, but mainly, I mean, I've seen women that as their kids pass by, now, you know, I was around a lot of older women, with my husband's grandparents and stuff, and you know, if one of the kids had a runny nose, then the back side of that apron might go to wipe a nose. You know, there was a lot of things that the apron was used for. My mother always wore an apron. My grandmother wore an apron. You know, I just love an apron. It just brings back sweet, calming memories to me, you know. I hope this is cool enough. I got me a big old butter bean in there. Tomatoes. Youngins, I wished y'all were here to get you a big old bowl of this. That might do us for a few days, you know. And really, I can, well, if I just take out enough for us for a meal tonight and a meal tomorrow, maybe, I can freeze the rest of it for probably up to about 3 months. It freezes good. But my husband's going to like that ham in there. He likes it when I put ham in a soup. It gives him a little meat, you know. And so it's really good. And really, I mean, if you chop your vegetables, if you chop your vegetables like I did real quick, you won't have 30 minutes in the whole meal. We'll have less than that, because once you saute it, it'll take maybe 5 minutes to saute those vegetables, and then you throw all your other things in there and let it saute. Just let it simmer for about 15 minutes, and it's ready to go. So here you go, some ham and butter bean soup on a cold day, you know. I hope y'all enjoy it. Want you to know how much I love yous. Want you to know how much the Lord loves yous. He's been sweet to me this week. You know, sometimes we feel closer to the Lord than other times. And this has just been a week when God's just sort of scrooched up next to me and just put his wings around me and held me close up underneath his feathers. Well, young'uns, I'm going to let you go, but I want you to know how much the Lord loves you. Don't forget that this week. Call out on his name. That's what he wants. He'll be right with us no matter what we're going through. Okay, hope you enjoy you some ham and butter bean soup. And hope you get to make you some this week or next week or whenever you have a nice cold day. I hope you get to have you some, okay? I'll see you next time, young'uns. Okay, bye-bye.